Right now, there are two of you inside your mind. One of them is talking, and the other one is listening. Most people go their entire lives without noticing this, but in the next few minutes, you might discover which one is actually you, because the voice in your head is speaking right now, reading these words, commenting, reacting. But something strange is happening. You can hear that voice, which means something else inside you is listening. And once you notice who that listener is, you may never experience your mind the same way again. Your mind does something strange all day long. It talks, constantly, about what happened yesterday, about what might happen tomorrow, about things that will probably never happen at all. It narrates your life like a commentator. That was awkward. You should have said something else. What if this goes wrong? But here's the strange part. You can notice this voice, which means you cannot be the voice itself. Because if you were the voice, you wouldn't be able to observe it. You would only be it. If you've ever noticed your mind doing something like this, consider subscribing. These videos explore strange discoveries about the mind most people never question. There may have been a moment in your life when something unusual happened. Your mind said something. Maybe it judged someone. Maybe it replayed an embarrassing memory. And suddenly, you caught it. You noticed the thought. And for a split second, something amazing happened. You were not inside the thought. You were watching it. Imagine your mind like two layers, and the first layer is loud. This is the thinking mind. It creates stories, opinions, judgments, memories. But beneath that noise, there is something else. A silent observer. It does not argue. It does not panic. It simply watches everything happening in your mind. Try something strange. Right now. Wait for your next thought. Don't force one. Just wait. Watch your mind carefully. Soon. A thought appears. But here's the strange part. You didn't create it. It simply arrived, like a cloud drifting into the sky. Thoughts appear automatically, sometimes helpful, sometimes ridiculous, sometimes terrifying. And just as suddenly, they disappear, which means your mind behaves more like the weather, constantly changing. But something inside you never changes, the one noticing the weather. Now imagine sitting in a movie theater. Images move across the screen. Action, drama, emotion. But no matter what happens in the movie, the screen itself remains unchanged. Your thoughts are like the movie, but awareness is the screen. Sometimes the voice in your head becomes very loud, especially when you feel anxious, or embarrassed, or afraid. It repeats the same story again and again. But if you observe carefully, something inside you is still watching the chaos. Calm, silent, aware. Here is something almost nobody notices. Between every thought, there is a tiny gap, a moment of silence, extremely brief, but real. And inside that silence, the observer becomes easier to notice. Try something right now. Notice your breathing. Now notice your thoughts. Now notice your emotions. Now ask yourself a strange question. What is noticing? The observer is strange. You cannot see it. You cannot touch it. Yet it has been present in every moment of your life, watching, experiencing, aware of everything. And if you're enjoying this kind of mind experiment, you might want to subscribe. We explore deep awareness discoveries like this here. Most people believe they are their thoughts. I am anxious. I am angry. I am worried. But those are simply mental weather patterns. Temporary, passing. You are the sky, not the storm. Inside your mind is an enormous space, much larger than you realize. Thoughts occupy only a tiny part of it. But awareness fills the entire space. Even emotions can be observed. Anger appears, fear appears, sadness appears, but the observer remains. Me watching everything calmly. Most thoughts are automatic. Habits, memories, reactions. Your mind is running programs built over years, but the observer is simply watching the program. Underneath every thought, every emotion, every reaction, there is a calm presence. It has always been there. You simply never noticed it before. The moment you notice the observer, something changes. You stop fighting every thought. You stop believing every emotion. Instead, you begin watching. Life begins to feel different, more spacious, more peaceful, because you realize something important. You are not trapped inside your thoughts. Your thoughts will continue. Your emotions will continue. Your mind will keep telling stories. But now, you know something most people never discover. You are the one watching the story. And now we return to the question from the beginning. The voice in your head is talking. Right now, you can hear it. Which means you are not the voice. You are the one listening. If this video made you notice your thoughts differently, consider subscribing for more mind-bending POV experiences. But before you leave, ask yourself one last question. If your mind is talking, then who is listening?